on Myron to confront Myron, and it backfired badly against him. Now, he pulled up with that good old white supremacist talk. The white man is the greatest. In the beginning, the white man created the heaven and the earth. The land of the free was created by the white man. So the free in the land of the free does not apply to anybody who's not white. All right? How dare these ungrateful, mooching non-blacks don't worship the ground a white man walk on. They get to enjoy the sun rays and the moonlights the white man created. So
is this Flacco's version of Uncle Ruckus' voice?
These people are lunatics. So he pulls up with that lunatic white supremacist talk, thinking he had a friend in Myron. And initially, it felt like he had a friend in Myron.
Oh, so he pulled up to link up with Myron. Like, yeah, let's eradicate everybody else. Okay.
And then he got to thinking he was above the program, and he got put in place because of it.
I don't agree.
Right. You getting there too. We heating up the oven for everybody.
With you when you say that none of us exist. Obviously, I want to deport the non-whites. I want to get rid of the blacks.
Initially, it felt like he had a friend in Myron. And then he got to thinking he was above the program, and he got put in place because of it.
I don't agree with you when you say that none of us exist. Obviously, I want to deport the non-whites. I want to get rid of the blacks.
Well, I didn't say you guys don't exist.
Okay, so
I said that it's not like a viable excuse anymore to claim systemic racism.
But we are real, right? You agree white...
He was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm trying to stop black people from getting anything. I want them to get out of here. Oh, man. It's a meeting of the minds.
Obviously, I want to deport the non-whites. I want to get rid of the blacks.
Well, I didn't say you guys don't exist.
Okay, so
I said that it's not like a viable excuse anymore to claim systemic racism.
But we are real, right? You agree white nationalism and white supremacy is real.
Yeah, it exists, but it's not to keep anyone from success, is my argument.
Do you support white nationalism?
This one of the wildest conversations. Bro pulled up to tell Myron, stop saying systematic racism don't exist. Stop saying racism don't exist because yes, it does. We trying to get rid of black people. Now,
I'm running a company right now. I got a Fortune 500 company right now. What are you talking about, sir? Yes, it does. I am the man that everybody's talking about.
Dummies like this who aren't smart enough to hide their racism, they are crash dummies. They're going to crash and burn eventually. They will fizzle out. We don't even have to worry about them. Their only use is we can now use them as a testimony that we not crazy. You see, the white boys who are covert with their racism, who hides it, who hide behind microaggressions and work their way into the fabric of society, climb their way up to the top, and then kick the ladder away from the top to keep black people out and create systems to keep us out. Those are the white boys we gotta be afraid of. And those white boys hate white boys like this because white boys like this
they blowing up the whole damn game.
Real and the reality of what we're dealing with. You see, these crash dummies, they're probably more hated by their own than black people. See, black folks, we find at least some use in crash dummies like this. We can point and say, we not crazy. People like this exist. Right? We not crazy when we apply for that job and we don't ever get a call back. We don't ever get no correspondence whatsoever. And then we reapply under a whiter name and we get a call back. We not crazy when we at a job for...
Is anybody else doing that experiment? Let me know in the comments if you reapplying the jobs with whiter names.
Years, and we more qualified and more skilled than our coworkers. However, our coworkers keep coming up for promotion after promotion after promotion, and we more skilled and we work harder, but our names ain't never called. We not crazy for saying, maybe it's racism. Maybe. We not crazy, right? When we apply for them schools and we get in decline, even though we more qualified than we not crazy. And crash dummies like this is testimony that we not crazy. So when I hear rhetoric like this, I love for rhetoric like this to be repeated out loud so we can put, see? Buddy is so deplorable, he even had Myron a little flustered. Like, Myron tried to compromise with him, like, hey, bro, we could all live in harmony. Even if you want whites to have their own place in America, we could live segregated.
He's saying, not with your black ass. No, you going back to the Sudan. I hope you like Sudan. Ain't that what you is? You going home, baby.
He said, no, I don't believe in living in harmony. I don't believe in living in harmony. I want for white folks to have this country. I want all non-whites out this country now. Oh, I want the Civil Rights Act revoked. I want rights for black people taken back. I want women rights to be. Yo, people like this.
You trying to make America great again, baby.
Creatures you think only exist on social media. But no, they exist in real life.
I support any group's people to exercise nationalism. I've been very vocal about this. I think if people want to be black nationalists, people want to be Mexican nationalists, people want to be nationalists in general, and they love their group of people, that's fine. I've always thought it was weird how white nationalists can't be white nationalists without being called some pejorative term or, lose job opportunities. Meanwhile, other groups of people can be nationalists with no consequence. So I think, I think every group of people should be able to be proud of their skin and their heritage.
So that's going to be a civil war, right? If there's black nationalists, white nationalists, Latino nationalists, that's just going to be a civil war, correct?
Well, I think that there's ways to mitigate that and exist in harmony. I mean, Lincoln Rockwell had a great admiration for Malcolm X.
Nationalism literally means we don't want to live in harmony. We want to have our own nation.
Well, you can do that via segregation. You can do it via. There's other ways to go about it, but
he's trying to set us up like Israel. That's what Myron is advocating for. He advocating for that kind of situation. This guy is thinking more along the lines of Idi Amin and and Big H and all them people. He thinking you got to go.
Civil Rights Act. We want to repeal the Civil Rights Act. You are against that, correct?
I just don't think that's a viable. That's a realistic option in 2026.
So, okay, but once we repeal the 19th Amendment, the entire reason that white nationalists want to do that is because then women won't vote, and then we'll win on white nationalism, correct? Isn't that the entire goal?
I don't know about that, man. I mean, the reality is that
he went deep supremacy on you. You thought you was supreme. You thought you knew white supremacy. He came to teach you. He came right from the wherever they be at. They seem like they live in they hold their meetings in a bunker. He came right from the bunker. He came from the fortress. Showed up to teach you something. With an actual skinhead. This is gangster, son.
White nationalism, correct? Isn't that the entire goal?
I don't know about that, man. I mean, the reality is
that you better know. You about to learn about that.
Whites are, dropping off when it comes to.
When did he learn to get a lineup? He wasn't getting lined up in Sudan. I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't in the Sudan getting lined up with all them civil wars and stuff going on. You can't catch the bus. He was. A damn bomb missile hit you in your forehead.
The 19th Amendment, the entire reason that white nationalists want to do that is because then women won't vote, and then we'll win on white nationalism, correct? Isn't that the entire goal?
I don't know about that, man. I mean, the reality is that, whites are, dropping off when it comes to the majority. And then
we want to stop that. We want to get rid of the non-whites.
Of course, I get that. I get that. But
the greatest lie that we've been told as black people, probably the most dangerous lie, is that we have to go out of our way to meet people like this in the middle, right? And it's usually like the covert racists, the ones who are hiding how they really feel because they really feel like this, like people like Steven Crowder, right, and others. Like they'll say, well, listen, man, we should have discussions. And Steven Crowder goes to the black barbershops and the black people in the barbershops is welcoming Steven Crowder and having a full-on 3-hour conversation with him. Yo, you cannot psychologize, you cannot analyze, you cannot articulate or have any middle ground with these people. These people have a philosophy that they should be treated as pariahs for. They should be thrown to the crevices of society and left there because they're bigots and they have no place in society. And no black people should even entertain this, right? We should roast this, we should laugh at this, we should clown this, right? And don't take it seriously at all. Don't have no real meaningful discussions with people like this.
At all.
At all.
At all. At all. I even do it in the comments. It's pointless.
This man even admitted, hey, listen, bro, this thing y'all call democracy, I don't like it. I don't like it. All right. Let's rig the rules so white folks can always have the majority. All right. Let's make sure that non-blacks can't vote and women can't vote so we can rig all the elections and have white folks pretty much be a dictator. He said it out loud. So if people like this is pretty open with what their intentions are, which is, hey, the way the rules is written, we don't want a fair playing field, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that the playing ground are uneven, then why aren't we doing everything in our power to make sure, the playing ground is uneven as well? I'm telling you, bro, you can't. Now, he goes off on this entire tangent about black people. He said about how he don't want us to have rights. All of this, right? You will think the one person who would have thick skin is the person who's calling for another group of people not to have rights. Well, this is where he realized he don't have a friend in Myron. So he gets to talking about
Myron went pro-black? He gonna come out with the Jay-Z afro.
folks. Myron gets to talking about white folks, and then all of a sudden, all right, the white supremacist starts honking out, starts having a brain aneurysm, starts hyperventilating.
Wait a goddamn minute with your black face.
Because Myron turned the page on him and starts talking about white people.
So here's the problem. Let me be blunt about this, because I've had this criticism of white people and white men in general. You guys have to get your women in check.
I know.
You guys don't have your women in check.
I agree.
Let's talk about white people. You guys don't have your women in check at all. White women in general don't want to date white men. A lot of them, are totally cool with being. A lot of them put off and push feminist propaganda. They're fooled by the Jews. They tend to be very impressionable. You guys need to get your women in check, and that is why you guys have the birthing crisis that you guys have, is because white women don't necessarily subscribe to having children young, having big families. They'd rather pursue,
So actually,
So, first of all, actually wash your damn mouth. That's what he looked like. He wanted to say, actually watch your damn mouth when you talk about black women. I mean, when you talk about white women. Strong white women.
Birthing crisis that you guys have is because white women don't necessarily subscribe to.
What do you mean, you guys? What do you mean, you guys?
They'd rather.
All right, I swear to God, I'm gonna shut up. I'm about to stop right now. Here I go. I swear to God. Here we go. I'm gonna stop.
Your women in check, and that is why you guys have the birthing crisis that you guys have, is because white women don't necessarily subscribe to having children young, having big families. They'd rather pursue,
So actually, the reason that I'm here is because when I was on Twitter, all the Wignat chicks told me to come here and to ask you to stop women. That was actually the original argument I was supposed to have.
No,
with you.
we need to continue them because they're the reason why you guys are getting replaced, quite frankly.
Okay,
so you should be having this discussion with your white women, actually, to be honest with you.
No, I mean, look, so you're here white women, is that correct?
Yes, a lot of them subscribe to progressive ideologies that are the reason why you guys are quickly declining
Myron,
in
listen,
citizenship.
You're not white.
Sorry.
We don't need you talking to white women, trying to interact with them at all.
And mind your damn business. That's what you need to do, is mind your damn Sudanese business, or whatever you are, because you know what you look like to me. See how easy it is to get out of line? I'm loving this.
Problem. Right.
That's the problem. I don't need to be white to give a. See, here's the thing. You're behaving like a black person now. You're temping out.
Oh, look at the caucasity.
The caucasity. Good word, Flaco.
Of this white man. So this man spent, his whole grand soliloquy talking about black folks and what we should have and shouldn't have, and how we shouldn't have rights. Our women shouldn't be able to vote, and black this, and why black don't deserve this and black deserve less. But then when Myron talks about white women, now all of a sudden that's out of bounds. Myron shouldn't be able.
His black ass face it is. It was white man to white man. I'm speaking to you white to white. White man to white man. We need to keep our women in the kitchen. And he would have respected it. You know what I mean? But Myron up there with his black eyes and his look. They'll never get over it. You'll never be one of them, dude. You'll never be one of them.
Talk about white women, but he should be able to talk about what the black community needs or don't need. These people are the same people who sit on Twitter and lie about statistics and crime statistics and this to vilify black people. This is what they spend their time on Twitter creating their own crime statistics fudging the numbers to make black folks look like villains, right? To like make us look like people you can't live by and live near. So you spend 90% of your time talking about black people. Myron gets talking about white people. Now all of a sudden that's out of bounds. If you're not white, you shouldn't be able to speak on white. So why are you speaking on black folks then?
You're literally behaving like a white person. You are behaving like a black person. So here's the difference. See, here's the funny part.
Not your women, Myron.
When I criticize black people, they'll sit there and say stupid. You're saying you're not black, so you can't criticize us. You're doing the same shit about now.
Because
I don't have to be. I don't. See, here's the thing.
You're grifting.
Hey, Baldy, age of 47, relax.
Yeah, no.
All right, what he's saying is worry about Sudan. Worry about Sudan. Get your microphone. Sit in the Sudanese college with all that sand and rocks and sit in the Sudan and talk to them about whatever y'all got going on. Stopping these missiles. How about that?
Age of 47, relax.
No.
Here's the thing. I don't have to be white.
I'm sorry, I missed
to be able to identify.
I'm sorry, I missed a little bit from y'all. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna do that to you. I'm gonna let y'all get the whole thing. Here we go.
Problems as to why you guys have the problems that you guys have. Clearly, you don't have the platform or the ability to tell these women to get back in the kitchen. So guess what? Now I got to do it for you because you don't have the platform to do it. So the reality is that, look, man, you can do what you want to do. You can say what you want to say. You can be a white nationalist. Cool. I actually fight and defend for your ability to do so. But if we're going to have this discussion about white replacement, etc., well, who controls and who are the gatekeepers to sex? It is the woman. So stop complaining. Stop crying because you sound like a black right now. Let's be honest. You have a victim mindset. Stop being a pussy. Get out there. Tell your women. Stop subscribing to feminism. Start creating families. Start going in the church. Start getting some white babies.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Okay, so look, to some degree, I actually do agree with you. But here's the thing. The problem here is that, yeah, we white people, we got to figure out what the roles are going to be for white men, white women. The problem is, I've talked to a lot of white folks, we don't want your Muslim, get the women back in the kitchen, put a garbage bag on their head. We don't want that. So when you're promoting that stuff, that's never going to work for us. Do you understand that?
If it was our business, I would point out the hypocrisy in wanting to revoke women' right to vote while also advocating for the sovereignty and the rights of modern women.
Well, as you said, it's not our business. That's white supremacist business. Got nothing to do with us.
Those two views are opposing and clashing.
Right. You want them to have freedom, but not too much. Not that much freedom. Like you can drive, just don't vote. You know what I'm saying?
You don't believe that women should lose their right to vote while also saying you are against women like taking on more traditional roles. To me, that doesn't make sense, right, at all. And
you can get a job and everything. You just can't have nothing to do with running this country. That's basically what he's saying. You can get a job. You can wear what you want. You know what I mean? But just when it comes to real power, we're good. No, thank you.
These dudes, like, again, like they present as if they talk well, but they are idiots. Like they're dummies, right? And once you get behind the shock factor of it, you really get to realize they're not really saying nothing. Mm-hmm. They don't really have a plan. Mm-hmm. Their racist agenda probably breaks.
What they basically just saying is, I don't like black people. This is really what it comes down. I don't like black people, and I want things the way they were. Bring back the good old days. They want slavery back. You don't want to, nobody wants to admit it, but that's they like black people in a specific position and themselves in a specific position. G's up, hoes down. That's how they feel about it. They want, that's how they want it. They want right up 19. What was the year before, whatever last year before slavery ended, before the war popped off too. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what they want, the last day before the Civil War. That's what they're looking for.
Step 2. They don't know nothing else beyond step 1. Step 2.
But with cell phones and stuff. They still want Facebook and YouTube and Instagram though. Which would be astounding. Can't have slaves on Instagram.
It breaks down. It completely falls apart. Step 1 is get rid of all the non-whites from out of America. Okay, cool. Well, that's about what, like 100+ million people? All right, cool. Then what's next once you do that? once you get rid of 100 million people in the workforce, what's next? What do you do? All right, who's gonna run the factories?
Bring back them good white jobs. Trust me, there's plenty broke whites that want to run the factory.
All right, who's gonna do the fast food jobs? Who's gonna be your doctors, your Indian doctors, your Chinese doctors, your black doctors? There
ain't gonna be no Indians, Chinese, or blacks to take care of, so they gonna doctor themselves. You know, gonna take it back to the old days. They have a man come by. Every other person's doctor. They got enough space in the colleges now.
Gone. Who's your nurses? Right? Oh,
slaves. You're gonna put it like this. He's saying you can stay if you want, but we got a new plan. We got a new system we trying to put into play.
How are you going to explain to your billionaire homies who run sports leagues that black folks are no longer welcome in America to play basketball? So now guess what? Who got to play basketball now? The whites? Yo, the
whites is kind of killing in basketball right now. That's why they feel confident. They confident in this plan because they like, okay. The whites are evolving in sports. I don't know if y'all know that, but it's happening right now. They are evolving. I don't know if somebody got some Negro DNA over there in Eastern Europe, but yeah, they're evolving.
It breaks down by step 2, which is why like you don't even take this seriously. This is not even a viable thing. This is just somebody who is committed to ruining his life. So he's on a national platform spewing these like ideas. In about 5 or 10 years, all right, when he realizes he's like a pariah now, he's gonna come back begging for mercy and voting down.
He's not ruining his life. He worked at the bunker. He worked back at the compound. That's where he lived. That's where he worked. He don't care. He just put on a suit today. He normally wear all camo, top to bottom, man.
Right, like Richard Spencer. So he gets visibly upset and even more frustrated at Myron because Myron wouldn't stop speaking on white folks. Now, I'll be real. I got to give Myron credit here. All right? Because if Jesse Lee Peterson was in like Myron's shoes, this conversation would be a whole lot different. Jesse Lee Peterson would have done the dance. He would have put on that strong man for them white folks, and he would have did the dance. Myron is at least keeping it fair, at least keeping it neutral, at least keeping the same energy for both sides.
Promoting Islam?
Yeah, you're Islamic. We don't want your Islamic values.
Actually, if you watch my podcast, I don't really talk about religion ever.
Your literally view of women is basically Islamic, correct? That you hate them?
No. Actually, I would argue that. What are you, Christian?
No, I'm an atheist.
That explains everything. Yeah, this guy just hates everybody, including God.
And you know, while I'm here, Myron, also just for the record,
God is black. I don't worship him. No, Jesus wasn't there. Ah!
Myron, one more thing. I gotta tell you.
So yeah, like
1 second. Let me just say one more thing.
My thing is no, because you're coming in from a position where you don't know. I don't promote Islam. I'm actually very like I respect religion. I understand religion, but I kind of find it funny because Islam, Christianity, the Abrahamic religions in general kind of solve this problem. So maybe you might want to find God.
Yeah, I hate them all. No.
Okay, that's the problem. You might want to find God, and that would help you.
But no, listen. Your view of women is basically Islamic. You hate them. You want them to wear garbage.
No, it's based on all the Abrahamic religions. Devout Christians, devout Jews, and devout Muslims would agree with me that women need to be subservient to men.
Go ahead.
That's how it's always worked.
Excuse me, who are you?
Got the Karen. Let's go.
I literally have no idea who you are.
Okay, so I don't know what just happened. Female entitlement.
Yeah.
She just cut the line. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to say? Age of 47 or no?
Who are you?
Age of 47.
Actually, yeah. One more thing. I'm 1/4 Ashkenazi. Just FYI.
That makes sense. Very Jewish. Very Jewish. That makes sense. A white nationalist that's a Jew. That's crazy, bro.
I despise people like this, but
He's with all white unity. All whites to stick together. I do take that take with what you will. Take from that what you will. Forget it, man. I don't know why I keep trying.
enjoy things like this going viral because at least we have proof. At least we have a witness that we're not crazy, right? You know, that people who think like this, they're in the fabrics of society. They're in the upper echelons. They're dominating certain fields and industries, but they're not dumb enough to really express these opinions. You know, but you would know how they really feel, right? Based on however like industry, however systems they're able to put in place in effect at the top of their industry. Nick Fuentes even told the gropers, hey, don't be too expressive on Twitter, on social media. We want you guys to go to these Ivy League schools. We want you guys.
Because the revolution cannot be televised. I'm talking so much. Right, Mark? All right, let me know what you think about the all-white racism Royal Rumble debate. Anyway, next story. Mike check.